Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Wednesday, March 25th, 2015. This is Texan TV News from Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas, and I'm Brittney Phillips. Today's top stories. In Stephenville news, police are looking for a suspect in a sexual and physical assault case. The attack happened Tuesday morning when a woman left a bar with a man. When they began walking, the attacker forced the woman to the ground and sexually and physically assaulted her. The victim told officers the man was around 5'7", clean-shaved, and had a tattoo under his right eye. The Stephenville Empire-Tribune reported Tuesday that officials found a weapon at the crime scene, but no arrests have been made yet. In campus news, Tarleton students celebrated Tarleton Day at the state capitol yesterday. Students from all of the Tarleton locations had the opportunity to tour the state capitol and sit in on a state senate meeting. Tarleton's core values were on display in the Capitol during the day. The evening was filled with an alumni reception in downtown Austin. Haley Simmons, pro temp of the Tarleton Student Senate, said that they were blessed to have this opportunity with so many amazing people. It was the best day. And now for Texas international, national, and sports news from the Associated Press. In Texas news, a 96-year-old veteran from West Texas who served overseas in World War II but never received the medals will finally get the awards. Former Sergeant Clinton Woodley will be honored Friday at Fort Hood. Post officials say Woodley was born in Paducah, about 100 miles northeast of Lubbock. Woodley enlisted in 1940 and was stationed at Fort Bliss. He deployed to the Pacific in 1943. The infantryman was honorably discharged in 1945 after serving in New Guinea, the Philippines, and the Admiralty Islands. He earned a Bronze Star Medal, the Philippine Liberation Medal, the American Defense Service Medal, and the Asiatic Pacific Service Medal with 4 Bronze Service Stars. Woodley will also receive the World War II Victory Medal, the American Campaign Medal, and the Combat Infantry Badge. In national news, Cherokee speakers in North Carolina hope to preserve their language and culture through a small school where children will be immersed in their people's native language at an early age. Return to the Associated Press for the full story.
It's a link to generations past.
The
language of the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians, that distinct sound,
thank you,
is on the edge of extinction.
The amount of people today that know the language is very small. There's less than 300 speakers, fluent speakers, that exist today.
Fewer than 300 in North Carolina, where 2 centuries after Sequoyah developed the written language, one symbol for each of its 80+ syllables. The push to preserve it is strong.
It's really important to us just to preserve that for our family and for our people, just so that they understand where they come from. It's their cultural identity.
In places like Cherokee, North Carolina, where history and tourism blend, the future may be in the hands of Nugadua Academy. 90 students are enrolled here, including Kevin Tafoya's and Monica Wildcats. Cherokee is taught early on. Most lessons, in fact, are in Cherokee.
What happens once all our speakers are gone, our fluent speakers? You know, we have to have these children here to help carry it on. And if it wasn't for this school, they wouldn't be able to do that.
The preservation effort extends across the country, from the Appalachians to the Great Plains. There's a similar program in Oklahoma.
I feel like if we don't have the Cherokee language, we're not even Cherokee. We're just mainstream America.
For a new generation, a chance to save history. Alex Sands, The Associated Press, Cherokee, North Carolina.
In international news, a black box recovered from the scene and pulverized pieces of debris strewn across the Alpine mountainsides held clues to what caused a German jetliner to take an unexplained 8-minute dive Tuesday. Midway through a flight from Spain to Germany, the plane crash killed 150 people on board. The victims included 2 babies, 2 opera singers, and 16 German high school students and their teachers returning from an exchange trip to Spain. It was the deadliest crash in France in decades. While investigators searched through debris from Flight 9525 on steep and desolate slopes, families across Europe reeled with shock and grief. German Foreign Minister Frank-Walter Steinmeier said after being flown over the crash scene that the site is a picture of horror and that the grief of families and friends is immeasurable. It took investigators led by mountain guides hours to reach the crash site in a craggy ravine in the southern French Alps. The White House and the airline chief said that there was no sign that terrorism was involved and that the German Chancellor Angela Merkel urged reporters not to speculate on the cause. Merkel said investigators still don't know much beyond the bare information on the flight and that there will be a thorough investigation. Lufthansa Vice President Heike Berlenbach told reporters in Barcelona officials believe the crash is an accident. In sports news, NFL owners shot down nearly every video replay proposal brought to their meetings Tuesday, while approving 6 safety rule changes of the 13 replay alterations proposed, including extending the number of coaches' challenges and letting them challenge all officiating calls. The only one passed will allow game officials to use replay for clock issues at the end of a half, game, or overtime if more than 1 second remains. Washington's suggestion to use replay to review personal fouls was withdrawn. Kansas City withdrew a proposal to allow replay officials to review all potential scores or turnovers. For example, a pass ruled incomplete in the end zone could be reviewed by the replay officials without a coach's challenge. Currently, the play would be reviewed only if it was ruled a touchdown. Philadelphia Eagles owner Jeffrey Lurie was disappointed in the Patriots' proposal that virtually anything would be challengeable was not passed. Lurie said the league has an encyclopedic notebook of what can be challenged. It didn't pass, and I hope it will someday, he said. The owners approved a proposal for stopping play when a medical advisor believes a player is unstable and should be taken off the field. They also approved rules prohibiting players from pushing a teammate on the line of scrimmage when the opponent is punting. Lurie, like several owners this week, threw his support behind the NFL returning to Los Angeles. That's become a much more feasible possibility with the stadium planned by Rams owner Stan Kroenke, and with the Chargers and Raiders also in the process of putting together another construction plan for elsewhere in the area. More discussion of Los Angeles will be held, and with the next set of league meetings set for San Francisco in May, the topic will remain a hot one. Today's broadcast was produced by Shannon Neal and Abby McCoy. You can watch Texan TV News live Monday through Friday at 12:30 p.m. and on Northland Cable Channel 9. Don't forget to tell your friends about us and become a fan of Texan TV News on Facebook. I'm Brittney Phillips. Tune in tomorrow for the latest news from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas.